Hello, big worlders. Hello. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. How else to share Mother's Day than to sit in your room and watch a stream on your phone? Whoop, whoop.
Woo. Fun times.
Hello.
You should by now all know us. So I'm Lucy, this is Alex, and this is Leon. And we are the Big World team. Leon in Liverpool, Alex in Ann Arbor, which is in Michigan. And we have Ashley Gutermuth.
Hey, nice.
Love the slow go at that. Slow, take your time. Get ready.
I
Don't
mean,
go too fast.
I have performed with her before, and I messed it up the first time. Second chance with this. Who is performing from New Jersey? So we're going to go around the room and just say how we are. So Ashley, what are you doing? Are you fabulous?
I'm doing great. I did my run today, picked up my trash, and it's getting a little bit warmer here. It's been super snowy, so I'm happy that the sun is out. It's nice. Yeah.
Are you back to performing yet, or are you still in lockdown?
I'm still in lockdown. I haven't gotten the shot yet, but as soon as I do, I will be out and about.
Same.
Yeah.
Alex, how are you doing in Michigan? How are you trialing through?
Keep myself busy with work, honestly. Yeah, waiting on the vaccine. I'm liking that it's getting warmer here in Michigan. Like it just completely just ditched away with winter. It was done with it. Forget about it. So that's been nice, and yeah, just dodging bullets. Feeling good about it. What about you, Leon?
And Leon, have you done any more empty room performances?
No. I did an online show though, and we got trolled. So when someone comes on, does all the bad things. But they did the thing where they made a name for each of the people on the show. It's like they were trying to be funny, but then they said something. But I didn't recognize the one that was me because it was like something, and then it was like and the old man. So I'm going through and I was like, oh yeah, taking the piss out of that guy. And then it took me about a minute to realize I was the old guy. I was like, what? I think it's me lockdown here. It's just like super grey and I just look like I'm 90. When are the barbers going to open? Look at the state of this. My hair's growing like Lionel. It's like going out at the sides.
Yeah.
So unless I can paste it down, it's a very Thundercat look.
I went to a party last year, Leon, and I realized I was the youngest person at the party, which never happened to me. It was the most amazing thing ever. I'm like, wait, what? I'm the youngest here?
You're the young guy?
I had to like play it up. I was like, ooh, yeah, I'm the youngest at this party. I don't know my credit score. Ooh.
Did they come and ask you all the young people stuff? Say, hey, what's this? God, I don't even know what young stuff is. What's this TikTok?
Like,
what's this TikTok?
Knocking on the door of 40. And I was all like, yes. I don't have a headboard on my bed.
young whippersnappers.
I haven't established a 401.
You've been doing lots of online. Have you had any of those Zoom bombers and stream attacks?
Yeah, Zoom bombers are nasty. They're horrible little individuals, aren't they? And they have those high-pitched voices like they're kids. They're awful. I went and figured out where they congregate, and they have little like Reddit forums and Facebook groups where they post the links of like they're like, hey, come Zoom bomb my civics class or my PE class or whatever. You're like, you little losers. And it's not like they're doing like cute stuff. They're like horrific. The things they say are awful. I have no sympathy for whatever happens to them. There's nothing. They are the worst. I never want to encounter them again.
I don't have a lot of sympathy either. So hey,
yeah.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I suppose with them coming, at least it's just like a heckling, I suppose. So it's kind of entertaining. It's worse when they're just like because they do a lot of these Zoom things, and when people are just talking and they're just having a conversation, and then the mic picks them up, and it's like, yeah, so let's go out and have it. You're in the middle of a joke, and someone goes, oh yeah, well I didn't lock the front door. Did you lock the front door? You have to stop and go. Is the front door locked or not? I don't know.
Is the oven on? What's going on?
And then it takes a while. Then they don't realize it's them until everyone start listening to them. You're like, and then eventually they go, oh, that's us. And then the camera goes off, microphone goes off.
I read a news article one time.
This has blown my mind that they have somewhere to congregate. Go.
Yeah, well, they have to
Sorry,
link
go,
up
Alex.
somewhere.
I wouldn't mind getting on.
I was gonna completely just go on a tangent. So we just
I might go on.
Amazing. I was like, I read a news article one time where this guy, he would give away free like VR headsets, and they would like play the game. And then they would be in the game for a while, and he would come to their house when he knew they were online playing it and just rob them.
Wow.
Because they have these headphones, and then they have so they have no idea what's going on in their house.
Wow.
He actually log in and get it, and he got like maybe 6-7 houses before they caught him.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine though if one of those people realized and then they were like trying to fight him off but with the headphones on?
I like it. I think it would be good to be like if they were like they're hearing crashes and bangs and stuff, and they're like, "This game is amazing. I'm feeling vibrations in the floor.
This is so good.
This is so realistic." Look, I'm sure there was a TV right in front of me. It's gone now.
That's Home Alone 2022.
I'd like to have in the last laugh though, because nothing I own is worth more than a VR headset.
There you go.
There's nothing there, and you're sitting in the VR headset with a VR virtual reality house with stuff in it, and you've got nothing in your house.
You set up this whole prank, and all you got from me was couch cushions and some brown bananas. It's like, I'll just make bread. Fine.
Furniture that nobody would even collect for free. That's what you got left in your house.
Yeah, that's how I plan on moving next. Come and take it.
I've got more chance. I'll be now. Just the young kids are. Did you have Habbo Hotel? It was like a chat room where you could pay money to have pretend furniture in a virtual reality hotel, and there were thefts where people were breaking into the virtual rooms to steal the virtual furniture. What? Anybody? Early 2000s? Okay, I'm going to be over here for a second.
That sounds awesome. It sounds like The Sims, but like where other people can come visit you.
And steal your stuff.
Yeah,
it really. That's exactly it. It was like a online Sims. Habbo Hotel. No? Okay, right. Moving swiftly to you speak moment.
Sounds like a dream, to be honest.
And then this guy tried to date me on MSN Messenger.
Don't say that.
And Ashley, so the rule is we've got questions. I've got questions. Alex has got questions. Leon got questions. The fun game is to find out what Leon is using this week as his receptacle for questions.
Nice.
It's got a glittery elephant bag. And we take it into a question. We'll then ask everybody again. And at the very end, we will ask you a very special question. I am very aware that my internet is coming up and flashing at me and saying, "Bitch, please, you look poor." But no, it's not that I can't afford a decent internet. It's just where I'm living in the southwest of England, we haven't saved up to collectively to do some sort of a raffle to have the internet this night. Please, everyone, if you're watching, get involved on the chat. Yeah, I wouldn't have enough internet to have the VR. So I would just be standing there buffering, going, "Excuse me, can you not rob me? This is downloaded."
If anything, when he came to rob you, you'd be more angry.
Right, Leon, would you like to start?
Me start, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I was like, you haven't got a hotspot on your computer by any chance, mate?
You can have it in the house. Just get.
You can have the TV if I can share your hotspot.
If I just download this one
80-foot Ethernet cord.
There we go. Here's the question. Right. Okay. Here's a question. So, if you could quit something without any effort for 40 days, what would it be? So it's like you can quit anything, but it takes no effort. So you just quit. So you don't have to suffer for it. It's just stops for 40 days. What would you do? Who wants to go first?
I would quit
Social
sleeping.
media. Sleeping? You crazy fool.
That's quite good, actually. That.
Why would you quit sleeping, Ashley?
Because I need to get more done, Lucy. I need to do something.
For Christ's sake, you're already a Wonder Woman. You are already wondrous. Like, seriously, take the day off. You make us all feel sick with another funny. You're bloody talented. Care for the environment. You've got like just stop it. Have a nap.
But that's it. She could take the day off and do it at night. That's the thing.
True.
Isn't it?
That's true.
She wouldn't sleep.
I'm a bad sleeper, so and I'm trying to be a better sleeper, but it's not coming. So I would rather just not sleep. Pack it in.
Right, you would get a lot more done. Like,
Yeah,
That would be quite good.
People would
Actually,
be like, have that on my desk by tomorrow morning. You'd be like, it'll be in your email at 4:40 a.m.
4:40. That's right. You got it. How does she do this? What drugs is she on? Just determinism.
She looks rested, but
She
when
looks-
does she do it?
When does she do it?
I like doing that sometimes. So sending emails at like stupid times at the moment. That's what you should do. That's what I try and do in work. So you're in work, try and send an email before you start, and like as you left, even if you just send it on your way home or something, because then it looks like you've worked really late and you've got into work early too. Even if you haven't,
Brilliant.
just keep it in your outbox. Wait.
Yeah, wait. Automatic. No, send this at 9.
I've been here all morning. I've been here since 6.
What do you think I'm doing?
You can get some vampire friends. You know,
Yeah.
you can start dating some nightclub bartenders who are never home until 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever watched the movie What We Do in the Shadows? All about vampires.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh, I love that.
Funny. We're werewolves, not swearwolves.
I used to work nights. It's really weird. I just used to mess me up night working.
It does. It really affects your circadian rhythms.
Yeah.
And welcome back to Health Safety Chat.
See, my
Just rub your temples.
Don't do it.
my circadian rhythms are night based. I am a night owl. It's the daytime that fucks me up. If I get up at 12, I carry on working all day. I've got so much energy, but I have to get up every day like 5:30 and start work by 6:30, and I am foul to be around till at least 8 a.m. I don't like it. I do not like it.
That's fair.
Maybe you're a vampire. There you go.
Yeah.
Do you like garlic?
Yeah. There you
Steaks?
go.
Sparingly. Not as much as I do.
I love garlic and steak.
Oh, there you go. Maybe not a vampire. My theory just knackered.
Alex, would you give?
Yes. Have you ever played a practical joke on someone?
What would you give up?
Oh, would you get up? He's going
that's
to
good.
moved on.
Sorry. That's I don't know. Maybe marijuana. It's hard for me to remember the 2000s for some reason. I think
If you're in the 2000s, if you remember the 2000s, you weren't really there.
If it didn't happen in Halo, it didn't happen. I don't know. I don't have pictures. I don't have some sort of physical evidence of the 2000s. I'm not sure what exactly went down. Yeah, I think I'd probably.
It'd be quite hard to give that up in Ann Arbor if you've got a whole festival about it.
It's true. We do have a whole festival, and we have like weed shops on like every street. I live 2 doors down from one, straight up. They go curbside pickup. I'm like, curbside? Can I just like see you on the sidewalk?
Lean out your window.
Should you be driving and smoking?
Yeah, exactly.
They used
just
to do
ran
that.
out. Can you give?
How does that work?
Oh, you order it online?
Can you
just show up and they hand it to you. Give them the cash. That's it.
I thought you were asking like how does cannabis work? I thought you were just like being really from Devon and like we've never heard of it here.
No.
Not here yet.
Mushrooms only in
Yeah.
Devon.
Clotted
Is it
cream
like
No,
and
but like,
mushrooms.
drink driving. No. Right. When you drink drive, like you have a drink, it stays in your system. If you get caught whilst you've had a drink, it shows, and then it goes away from them. If you get breathalyzed and it's no longer there, that's fine. But doesn't weed stay in your body for absolutely fucking ages? So, do you all pretend not to drive, or how does that work? Do you have a higher swab threshold?
I don't think it's too
I'm
bad.
not sure. I just got lucky.
No.
I don't think we.
I don't drive.
You're fine.
I love
I figured
signs
I
and
already
things.
had enough to get pulled over. I might as well give myself something to make it worth it.
Yeah.
Do I smell marijuana? Hell yeah, you do. I needed to give it something real.
How do you know the smell of marijuana, officer?
I just keep a couple bricks of it. Just to make it work.
Bricks.
Just a friend.
It's all dried out. It's crumbly. You don't really want it, but it's there. Just to validate the experience.
Just like at a museum.
This was from 2008. I don't remember how I got it.
It's like, do you ever see when people they buy McDonald's hamburgers and then they put it in like a jar and they're like, look, it doesn't change. It's always the same for 30 years and it never gets mold on it. Maybe it's like that.
Yeah. But those kind of people you just have to worry about, don't you? You're just like, why have you kept that? That's just
Yeah,
odd.
it's right next to the dead bodies. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, McDonald's, you're weird. If anyone's a bit
You
weird.
can't remember my sister's husband's name, but you have this.
I'm gonna keep it forever and see what happens. Okay.
They're still dating their high school sweetheart.
Oh,
Yeah. Bless.
we've got, because we're coming on the chat, we've got our regular fan, usually comes under the name of Hugh, who has put that he would like to stop researching guests on chat shows because he is terrible. Like if he knows anyone, I've got a guest coming on, he'll come up.
Oh, wants to see who it was. Yeah.
Joe in 2018, you did one thing. You've got dodgy internet, Carl. I mean, fucking good luck trying to work out what I'm fucking saying. For me, if I could have anything up, it would be social media. And I keep thinking, I'm going to have a day off. I'm going to have a day off. And then the next thing I know, I'm like, another meme of a cat.
Yeah.
No, the cat memes are fine. The cat memes are fine. Those are happy things. You got to stay away from the unhappy things.
Yeah.
All the cat memes. I wish you all that spend 24 hours a day looking at cat memes. Yeah, they're worth it. They're worth your time, Lucy. All of them.
Yeah. Everybody had a good
Not a
time.
meme waste.
Brilliant.
It's fine.
See, I'd go
I
with
feel
that.
seen.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
See, oh, it's fading in and out. That's why the internet's so dodgy, Lucy. You're too busy watching cat memes, or you're supposed to be on the show.
Clean up your browser.
But it's great.
Close
All
it
these
down.
tabs are open.
This cat's wearing a hat. Get it off.
Got a sweater.
See, I agree with that one, but mine's only one specific thing. It's that scrolling thing. Like, I kind of hate social media, but then you have to do it, I suppose, if you're a comedian. So, but then it's that thing where you're scrolling down, and you know you're going to stop, but then it's just you get next little thing and the next little thing, and it's like, oh, and it just goes on forever. 10 minutes go, 20 minutes go. And when you go through 20 minutes, and it was all rubbish that you saw. Nothing was any good.
You don't remember.
I know.
You don't remember.
No, there was, and then I still go for all the clickbait. Look at this guy now. 20 years ago, he was this person. Now, 20 years later, and you click through, and then there's 5,000 adverts, and then at the end of it, they look fine. Or, you know, this person wore this amazing dress. You'll never believe what the dress looked like. You look through, and the dress looked okay.
Come on,
Like,
old man. Stop
not
opening up those
worth it.
emails. You don't know that person.
Yeah, that's it.
Have
Just
you
wasting
anybody
time.
fallen down a rabbit hole when it comes to fake bakes where people pretend that you can do things. Like, oh, if you just take some boiled sweets and put in a baking tray and bake it for half an hour and it comes out and it's like a cat with a hat on it or something. And like you get scientists that go, this is not possible. But you still watch 5 minutes of pretending to be able. They open the oven, they just put in like a spanner, a fax machine, and some popcorn. Oh my god, I can't believe what this is! And it's like a wedding cake comes out, and you're like, oh my god, that's amazing.
My favorite thing lately is Buddhist sand art.
Oh, I like that.
It's they create these magnificent works of art out of sand, and then they just destroy it.
Yeah, they have and they'll do that shit like one grain of sand at a time, and they'll just sit there and do that, and they'll be totally cool with it. And then like a month later, they'll have this whole thing, and they'll have this whole ceremony. And they'll put it in water, and they'll be like, "All right, hope you enjoyed it."
See ya. Hope you. Yeah, it's like the process. It is, and then when you see them, like it's not like the sand art you get at a fair where it's like one layer's green, one layer's yellow. It's like amazing. It's so Buddhist sand art. Yeah, Buddhist sand art.
I used to call that just being grounded. Stay in your room.
Staying in a room. We're getting in trouble.
Doing stuff with sand.
Keep yourself busy. You better find something.
Find something. Yeah, reading the back of the shampoo bottle. You're like,
What's your question, please?
Alex, did he go and do it again?
Yeah, I had one. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Have you ever pulled a prank on someone, or has anyone ever pulled a prank on you? You got any prank stories?
oh yeah, I got a good one.
Go on.
When I was probably about 8 or 9. First of all, I'm left-handed, and therefore I blame that on having bad handwriting. So I took this is a very elaborate prank for an 8-year-old. I went in my dad's yearbook, and I found a woman from his year or like a year older, and I took her name, and I wrote a letter from this woman to my dad, a love letter. I took great pains to write out exactly like really nice handwriting. Then I waited until a car went past outside, and then I went outside to the street with the letter, pretended to pick up the letter, took it back inside, and handed it to my dad. And on the outside, I had written who it was to my dad and who it was from. I'm like, Dad, this car drove past the house and threw this out the window, but it says it's for you. And he takes the letter, sees the name, recognizes the name, I guess, and immediately runs into the bathroom. Immediately.
Wow.
Plot twist is just like, takes it. And the whole thing is just, I've always loved you. This is what I wrote. I've always loved you. I can't believe I let you go. I really wish we could get back together. Now, bear in mind, my dad is not single. He's got 2 kids. He's married to my mom.
He's like, this is the way out.
So I, when he came back out, I was like, well, what was that all about? And he was like, nothing. and so I let some time pass, like maybe 10 minutes. And I was like, hey, guess what? Guess who wrote that letter? And, and he was like, who? And I was like, I wrote that letter. He goes, no, you didn't. The handwriting was too good. And I said, yeah, I did. I wrote it. And I told him what was in it. And then I said, if you don't pay me $5, I'm telling Mom that you ran into the bathroom.
Yeah, you had to personally investigate. You didn't just rip it up and say, I have a family now.
So he pays me. I didn't tell her.
$5.
I know I should have held out for more. Like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
And
that's what alimony goes for, you think?
That's where it goes. And that started off a long line of me being able to go up to my dad, and I would be like, hey, I know what you did, and you better pay me or I'm going to tell Mom. And I would just nothing. Like, I would have nothing, but he would have this guilty conscience that I did that all through my teens. Give me money. And he would give me money. I don't know what he was doing, but I did well out of it.
Probably a serial killer.
He's got a separate account in his bank
Yeah.
that he keeps extra cash that he could just whip out in case he needs to pay you.
Yeah. You just like go. I gotta go to the ATM.
Yeah. My favorite bit of that story is the method of delivery. Like that's how everybody sends notes. Just drive past in the car. There's your note. You've been doing that for years, and they kept getting blown away in the wind.
Like a message in a bottle.
Yeah.
I need a better way of doing this. If only there was some kind
man.
of social media where I could send a message, it doesn't get blown away in the wind. I don't have to drive all the way over to the house.
It's just a ridiculous thing. I've been working
got
on
a
some
comment
stand up
here.
about it.
I love the story. Craziest part for me is when I realized you weren't sitting down. You walked away, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute! How did you do that? Holy shit!"
It's magic. It's magic. The magic of
It has
television.
no hips. It goes straight to knees, right there. Amazing. Jesus Christ. What's it like working at Keebler? Good benefits.
Broke the illusion. I love it.
Enjoyed the Lollipop Guild.
Okay, somebody try and top that story. I mean, good luck.
I mean, I got one. I don't know if it'll top it. My first job, I worked at like an Office Max, and we had this like operating system on all the company computers, and you had all your personal information, and you could do all your like ordering and do all the company stuff through it. And I had this coworker. His name was Mike. And we were talking one day. I'm like, "What's your least favorite word?" He's like, "I hate the word douche. I hate the way it sounds. I hate the way it makes me feel. I hate when people call me that. I don't like it." I'm like, "Oh, maybe you should stop acting like that. People stop saying that." I didn't tell him that, but that's what I was thinking. So I was like, "Look, yeah, I get it. That's not fun." But then one day he was coming off one of the employee computers. I recognized he left his shit open. So I'm like, I'm gonna just fuck everything up you got here. So I just changed his name to Mike Douche, and I would change all his contact information to Douche, and I just changed all his email contacts and just threw it in as many times as I could. And the next day, my boss comes into work, and he's like, "Who has been messing with my computer information?" And I forgot that my boss was also named Mike. And then I remember that like there's like 9 Mikes that I work with. And I didn't pick the right one because I didn't know the right last name.
Oh no.
So I had to just come clean and be like, "I'm sorry." And I kept that job for another year. I don't know how, but I did. They let that go.
Like your creativity.
So the prank was really on me. That was my for working there in the first place and not getting fired this time.
Was the prank. I kind of have a prank. So when I was like younger, I thought to be famous, the idea would be you go on game shows. So I did a bit when I was going on all these game shows. I went on The Price is Right. And so like I went down and you go like to the audience and then they have a little chat and then they pick people from the audience. So it's kind of prearranged. They pick people from the big groups and that's like, anyway, so I went through, did this audition thing and then I got picked, went up on The Price is Right, got nowhere, got all the prize questions wrong. You have to guess the prices, all wrong, left. Then about a couple of weeks later, I went with a different group of people and they said, you can't go on it twice, not in the same series or in the next like 3 or 4 series, you can't do it. So I thought, right, I gave them a false name and I gave them, in fact, this name, Leon, which is not my real name. So I said this Leon name and I got on it again. I got down to the front again. But the thing was, they did the announcement that if you remember The Price is Right, what they do is, and the next person is, come on down. And then they say the name. So they went, come on down, Leon. But I forgot I gave a false name. So I was sitting there with the camera on me going, oh, Leon's going up. Taking his time going up, this guy.
He's so excited.
He's going to miss out here if he doesn't get a move on. The camera's on me and I'm going, and then I think you can sort of see my friend nudges me and I go, oh yeah, that was me. It's me. I am Leon. And even though I was down at the front and they kept asking me, right, Leon, what's your guess? I'm going, oh yeah, that's me again. Yeah, that's me. I lost again, so it didn't really matter.
Still lost, even though I cheated. That's more than a lot of people get.
Yeah, well, that's it. got a story out of it, and that's all you need, eh? For a comedian, doesn't matter. You
I've
can spend a
got
whole day
one.
doing something. You get one story, you're happy.
I don't know. It's a weird. Text messages that are basically a punchline kind of text message. Like you got to read all the way through the message, and then you realise it's a joke. And it said that I'd been arrested. And it went on and on and on, saying I've been arrested, they've taken my phone, I've been allowed to send one text message, I've been done for drink driving, and that I've broken in to the lab and I've stolen my urine sample. I'm being arrested for taking the piss. Everybody in my phone. But my friend that worked like in the government immediately like dropped and rolled, and he was like, can I do anything? Can I be there for you? Can I, where are you? He just didn't get it. And that was the end of our friendship pretty much, because I had to explain to him that it was a joke. And he was like, well, it's not very funny. It's not very funny.
I canceled my lunch.
And
You set up a charity page.
He was doing a GoFundMe as he spoke. What's her name? Where is she?
Save her one. Save the Orchard one.
But I mean, I just definitely thought somebody with 2 degrees would be able to read to the end of a punchline and go, ha ha.
Yeah. Why are you telling me this all over text? Wouldn't this be a call? This seems important. What is this about?
I worry that he is like on a list somewhere. You know, the whole I'm stuck in a different country, can you send me $5,000? He must be perfect for. I've got my phone. I'm just sending you an email from an email address that's not mine, because even though I can email, I can't email from my own email. But could you send me some money? That's what I'm worried that he is in.
You need to give us an email address, and we can check it out. We can all make.
Exactly. Actually, between the 4 of us,
okay,
we could make a few quid.
I like the fact that none of these prank stories
Alex,
had anything to do with.
You said what I love about these stories.
Oh, is that none of them had anything to do with poop? Because when anyone tells me a prank they did on somebody and it involved poop, I'm like, the second you touched poop, the prank's on you, bro.
I'm out. Yeah.
Oh, I put it in a bag. I took it. No, that part was gross, and that you did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Please, as I don't know how good my internet is.
This guy's scary as hell. Who the fuck is
Nice.
I wouldn't have dared to blackmail my old man. Sheriff would have showed up. Like, have you seen your son lately? He'd been cleaning his military 45 and say no. Well, my dad also, here's the thing. My dad's also a little bit of bananas. So, he wasn't quite sure what I was up to. I wasn't sure what he was up to. We're always on to each other in some way. But I'll just tell you this. You got to take chances in life.
That's the moral of the story. I like it. The moral of the story is fake a love letter from somebody's past on the off chance it can earn you money through your entire childhood. Yeah.
I was hustling. Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't blackmail with that way, try different kind of blackmails. Like if it's not love letters, it could be, I don't know. The policeman said.
I never thought about it until you just said it. I was totally blackmailing him. I didn't mean to be. I just thought it was a cute thing. But you're right.
That's why I don't believe in the innocence of children. They can do it without even knowing what they're doing.
Yeah. That was evil.
But by the time she was 18, she had progressed to like literally being another person, carrying off the identity. She had a social security number. She had mock for them.
She's hired 4 actors to turn up as these imaginary kids. Daddy.
Well, So I have some dreams. One of my dreams is, first of all, when I die, so I've planned, like, I don't want to be buried or cremated. I want to be taxidermied, and I want to be taxidermied in such a way that, like, somebody's got to keep me in their house, so they come in and they're just like, what's this? What's going on? But also in my will, and if I ever make enough money, like if I make a lot of money or I win the lottery or something, I'm going to pay someone to continuously be within 100 feet of my dad, following him in a panda suit. That's very crucial. He's got to be wearing and it doesn't have to be a panda. It could be like a tiger, any type of like full on mascot suit. I just want him to be so far away that my dad's just like, why is this guy always behind me? So that it just slowly drives my dad insane. And he's just like, he can't shake him, but he's so far away that he can't chase him down.
He can always get away.
Yeah.
I feel like this is we should be talking to Oprah between us. You should be going through a list of things that you can, so that's why I had to leave eventually. And crazy family.
You gotta have plans. My dad was. He was always, so I had these issues with people really bullying me through middle school. I had to change schools because of it, and they had to get the police involved. But one of the things that my dad decided to do was take me to a flea market and buy me a stun gun. So I had a stun gun that I carried around for years, like 13 years old, 14 years old. Carried it through the mall, and I would wear a disguise. My disguise was sunglasses and a SpongeBob visor, and I would zip my coat up.
Kid doesn't see
SpongeBob visor. Okay, see, I'd love to see the police report. So who tased you? Which kind of psycho? It was like, was wearing a SpongeBob visor. That's all I remember. That stuck out. That's exactly the kind of thing you should wear if you ever commit a crime, because that sticks out. You wouldn't remember anything else about anybody that stunned you. SpongeBob, that's all you would remember. SpongeBob thing, and they'd be like, I can't remember anything else. It was just, I couldn't believe it being stunned by a SpongeBob.
He likes tennis and SpongeBob.
Tennis and SpongeBob. And it was a whole. It was nuts, and it's fun. Why not just take me aside and be like, it's fine, you changed schools, they're not going to find you. Basically, so I had one group of girls in middle school that was physically threatening me because they thought I was gay, and I had another group of girls that was threatening me physically because they thought I stole their boyfriend. And if only they could talk.
Talk to each other.
He's like, come on now, be one or the other.
Pick a side.
Turns out
you can
the
hate
boyfriend's
me.
really a woman.
Who knows? So it was. But I did. I wore that disguise. And if your kid is at the mall just on a Saturday morning with a SpongeBob visor, aviator sunglasses, and a taser, like, there's a problem. Like, why are we encouraging this behavior?
See, that's what you should have got bullied for, not the other stuff. The bullies, they just should have worked it through. They should have said it. They were trying to find stuff when they could have just gone, SpongeBob visor, let's just go there. She's carrying a stun gun wherever she's going, sunglasses in the middle of winter inside a mall.
Why grasp the straw? If you don't like somebody, just wait. They'll eventually do something that'll make it worth it.
Mm-hmm. Good times. He also gave me throwing knives. I was
you have to make those bitches special. They have to include those bitches in your Netflix special. Fuck them and the horses they rode in on.
I hope they're not doing well.
I hope you aren't doing well.
I hope they get COVID and then they get their hand stuck in a tube of Pringles and they can't get it out, and they gotta call somebody to help them get it out, and they're like, you didn't have any scissors, and they're like, yeah, but I couldn't do it with my other hand, and they gotta explain all that to somebody who's stone sober and not having a good time.
I hope they watching SpongeBob and stuff and getting flashbacks, knowing how close they were. Like in one of those movies, when the person nearly gets killed, they're nearly getting stunned, and then they just just fall back, and then they could be sitting there going, "Oh, was that close? That close? I could have been stunned to death by a SpongeBob maniac."
SpongeBob maniac. I didn't stun gun anyone, in fairness.
I hope they're walking along the street. One day they're walking through the mall, and every now and again, out the corner of their eye, this fucking giant panda just keeps pooping them out.
With throwing knives.
You know what you did.
No.
And then they're still going to go to the police and say a giant panda with a throwing knife and a SpongeBob hat threw this knife. I'm not making this up. This really happened. It's a real crime, this. I was not on drugs. No, I was not.
I tried to get my boyfriend back. It just didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Had a little bit of a spiral. I just realized something. Alex and I are dressed the same.
Oh, yeah. Baseball tees.
And one of you stand up, one of you sitting down.
Oh,
I'm
God,
really,
you
I'm
are.
really tiny, so baseball tees make me look wider.
Nice.
I got it at the store. I'm like, I haven't heard anybody want to look wider, but okay.
No.
Whatever your style is, bro. Whatever you want.
Yeah. Whatever you
I
want to
feel like I missed the memo now. I feel like I should have been
do. Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Like, if you don't want to lift weights, you work on your
Okay. I can't. Have we all answered the question? That's blown my mind.
Yeah.
What was the
Yeah,
question?
no, I've never assaulted anybody. Was that the question? The assault question? And I think the only weapon I own is a samurai. Are we all talking about the weapons we own still? What weapons do you own and have you used in,
This is one of our fetch questions.
Yeah,
As we go
the
fetch a
nearest
weapon.
I ain't got no weapons here.
Me
Yeah.
neither. Not anymore. Those are the good old days.
Back in the day when you could walk around with throwing knives and a panda costume. Sure, miss them.
Fucking cancel culture. Pandas and knives. Can't do shit anymore.
You got to think these
Why do
things
I-
through.
so
If I
was
don't
that-
plan it, no one will.
See, I feel like the panda because when you get the police question, the first question's always like, was he black or white? And you go, he was both. He was both. It was a panda. He was black and white. Could be
His hair
anyone.
looked like it was just a zip. It was like a, I don't know. Did I imagine it?
I think
That
that
very thing happened to me when I first started
Wait,
smoking weed.
that
I tried
little
to find
tail.
it. I went to the mall and there was like a giant bunny. And I didn't know it was like the week before Easter. And so they wanted to take Easter pictures at the mall. And I was all like, I swear I just saw like a 7-foot tall pink rabbit. And they're like, no. And I'm like, but it's March. It's probably Easter. But like, no, it's too early. There's no way they would do this like that. I'm like, I've seen it. It's real. And no one
It's
believes
real.
me.
although
I'll
it
never
does-
be sure now.
it reminds me of this is a true story. So when I was younger, I was mugged. So we were going home middle of like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And there was like a few of us, and we found like this abandoned pram, and we were pushing the pram. And we thought it was hilarious because we were all drunk. Then we got mugged, and the guy picked the pram up and hit me with the pram. And then the next day, I had to go to the police station and say this
What's the
statement.
I'm
And the
lost.
policeman kept laughing every
Baby-
time.
baby stroller.
There was no baby in the pram. The baby had gone.
Yeah, it's just a
There
stroller.
wasn't- but it
Is
was
it
just
a
the
cart?
pram. Someone abandoned the pram.
So, it's like a pram is Alex. It's just a stroller. You know the stroller that you put a baby in.
Stroller. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Stroller.
Damn. God damn it.
Okay.
Yeah. Pram is a stroller. That's right. A stroller without a baby in
I'm
it.
back in.
And then he hit me with it. We were having this fight. He hit me with it. And then I was telling the police the next day, and I had stitches and all kinds of things. We had a fight with a glass bottle as well. But the policeman kept laughing about the pram bit. And I thought you're supposed to be serious, the policeman. I said, yeah. And they picked the pram up and they hit me. And you guys, and he started laughing. He goes, what pram? He goes, there was a baby there. And I went, there's no baby. We found a pram. And he just kept laughing his head off every
That's
time I kept
crime.
saying it. Hit me with the pram.
Where's the baby?
I said, there's
How
no
do you
baby. We
lose that?
found a pram. You found a pram? And then how did they get the pram? I said, well, they picked the pram up and hit me with the pram. And he was just laughing. And he was writing, as he was laughing as he was writing it down. And I'm saying, you're not supposed to laugh. I was injured here.
I'm the injured party.
Leon, can I ask, was this in Liverpool?
It was, yes. Not that Liverpool is a bad place. It's a wonderful place. And it does not have any kind of reputation.
Where they got policemen with sense of humor.
Yeah.
And they call strollers prams.
Yeah, they go strollers, prams. And you get assaulted by prams sometimes. And people abandon prams. Like abandoned burnt out cars, abandoned burnt out prams
It's like,
everywhere.
you can walk now. Come on.
Baby just got fed up and forgot, what the hell, would they take too long?
Alex, a pram is short for a perambulator term for a baby stroller. Just leave you there with a bit of English.
Okay.
That's our learning for the day.
I didn't think it was going to get more difficult. But it did.
we do love a tangent on this, and you saying about being with a giant rabbit. I was at a festival once in my life, and we dressed up as Alice in Wonderland, and they were dressed up as a giant rabbit, and I was dressed, and we got separated. I was going up to strangers asking them if they'd seen this giant white rabbit, and everybody just kept shouting at me that I was late, and then just pointing in different directions because they all thought they were the funniest person in the world. I was just like, I'm like,
I love
where's
that.
the rabbit? And they're like, over there, you're late.
I bet the first few times
Like
you went.
3
The first
hours.
few times you went, I bet you.
He's
Oh,
trying to
just
take
eat
the
him.
cereal. Not for him.
What did you have to say? This is not a joke. I really am looking for a rabbit.
I'm like,
This is
no,
not part of the book.
seriously. Like, seriously. I'm looking for the rabbit.
Give it
He texted me. He said he was in trouble. He got arrested. Like,
Taking
he
the
went to
piss.
go and steal the pee. I need answers.
Oh, right. Okay, it's my turn for a question.
Oh, a question.
Where's my question? Question. Okay. Okay, it's not that big a question, but I can't interest one. Okay, so would you like to ride a motorcycle?
Mm.
Are you a biker?
I've been on a motorcycle.
What about you, Ashley?
I've never driven it myself. My husband has a motorcycle, and my feet can't reach the pedals, so I just have to hold on. Yeah, and it's mostly just terrifying. So do I want to ride a motorcycle? Eh. I'm all right with it.
Like
It comes along.
I don't know. I feel like it's something I would do, certainly, and I probably wouldn't keep it for very long. You know, I'd probably rock it for like a year or two, because I'm not really a leather jacket guy.
Oh.
So I'm like, how far is this gonna go? Like, how much of a motorcycle person am I gonna be?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
am I
fair.
like the helmet on top of the bar dude who's like wants you to know he's got it? Like, how far am I gonna take this?
It's a lifestyle
gotta-
choice.
It is a lifestyle. It's true.
Gonna start drinking whiskey? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
motorcycle guys do?
Join a biker gang.
But again, yeah.
I couldn't. I've been in too many crashes, so I need a steel cage around me for the crashes. If there's nothing
That
around
sounds
me,
worse.
next crash is me gone.
You need a car with sort of like doors and 4
Yeah.
seats and
Airbags.
actually, I was using-
Airbags is the thing. Airbags, front airbags and side airbags.
But
That's what
yeah,
you
it's a bike. It's a bike.
need. Bike's gonna have no airbags, nothing. So that's not gonna work. I've crashed in
It's a kitted
cars
out pram.
and hot air balloons.
Look
I've
at
crashed in everything.
Hot air balloons. Oh my gosh.
I got in the local newspaper with a crash from a hot air balloon. We came down. So hot air balloon, you're flying along,
You did.
and then they're really weird. I don't know how much you know about hot air balloons, but they land wherever they bloody like, because you can't steal a hot air. You just go up and down, the wind blows you. So basically, when they want to land, they just pick a field they quite like the look of, and then they sort of lower down and then crash into it. Basically, it's not really very elegant. But we landed in this field, crashed into it, kind of. The thing nearly tipped over. Then the hot air balloon came down, and then the farmer came on with his tractor and drove right over the balloon. And was like, he had a big fight because apparently this farmer was pissed off with the balloons kept landing in his field, scaring the cows. And so from the air, they didn't know which field they were. And there was a big fight. And apparently he was getting all the time and he was annoyed and it all kicked off. Great fun. apparently it was
It
scaring
seemed
the
so
cows.
great when you
Cows
moved
get
in.
more.
Like, look
What
at
the
these
hell is
views. Look at these balloons. It's gonna be a great
that?
time.
Very fun.
Very
Your
nice.
Instagram's
Yeah,
gonna be
they are.
popping. Check this out.
Yeah. That was, I mean, yeah. I can see his point. I mean, it would kind of be annoying if somebody kept landing in your garden, I suppose. But yeah. Yeah, so no motorbikes for me.
Well, they know as well. For a while, they would know which fields they're landing in. It's bullshit if they didn't. That is a war starting. That is a farmer
Purpose.
running along shouting, "Get off my land," which could not be a more idyllic picture of Britain.
That is just crazy people.
It's a
landing whatever
stereotype
they want.
reason.
That's Britain all over. That's how we got the empire. Just wandering into people's countries and going, "Hey, we're here. Let's take over." Where should we go next?
Mesmerize you with these colors and giant balloon devices.
We go in with our pretty flag. Look at this flag. It's got lots of colours on it.
Oh,
know
you
only one.
flying
Who's
men!
next?
That's
We
how
got
the
the
Wizard
next
of Oz did it. They had a great time.
Exactly. That's a strange system in the Wizard of Oz too.
I think I'm bringing it back to the thing. I, like Ashley, have been on a motorbike, but I've never driven one. My friend Bernie's done it, and my friend Roger's taken me out. And what I've done is I've literally wrapped my arms around the person so tight that I could possibly give them the Heimlich if we go over pothole. Scream their ear the entirety of the 30-second journey, going, "Don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it." And I thought I would be way cooler. I'd be like, I thought I was basically in Greece too. I'm fucking I'm Michelle Pfeiffer clicking her fingers down the corridor. No, I am not. I'm bawling my eyes out, begging for this whole world to. I would rather be in a 44-ton vehicle with 18 wheels, running over everything, than being teeny tiny with no crumple zone, no airbags, and just your face on the road.
This is it. If you're on a bike, that's the only thing that stops getting smashed. Is you're always getting in first.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn your face. Pick which
I think for
side you
Alex
wanna
and
look
me,
good on.
though, Alex and I will happily wait. Yeah. But for people like Alex and I, if we have any disposable income, we're buying something to do with geeked up, buying a new DVD or a new graphic novel or new artwork. That is how we just get our disposable income and we spend on that. Whereas people that drive bikes or ride bikes, all they do is buy new parts for their fucking bikes. Like you guys, I don't know, Ashley and Alex, if you've ever heard of a series. I don't know if you've ever heard of a series called Only Fools and Horses, but for Leon and I, it is like Trigger's Broom, how they have bikes over here with a new screen, a new seat, a new exhaust, new pedals. And you're like, is that then the same bike? Oh, no, it is the same bike. It's the same bike.
Same.
Which bit? Which bit's the same?
Like you couldn't get all that with it when you bought it. You got to buy it out. Seems like a joke.
Spruce
I
it up.
do like the phrase Trigger's Broom. That sounds like a punchline or a nickname for something. Have you ever tried a Trigger's Broom?
Trigger's Broom.
Sounds like a sexual position, doesn't it? Have you done a Trigger's Broom? Really complicated.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna ask. I was like, I don't know what that is.
I can show you. I'd have to draw a diagram.
But Del Boy's car was almost a motorcycle with only three wheels.
Yeah, one off.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Trigger in a sitcom who claims to have had the same sweeping brush for 20 years. And in that time, he's only had 15 handles and 18 new heads, but it's the same broom. That is Trigger's Broom. It's a comedic vehicle.
That show's so funny.
He's got hardwood floors.
We are coming up to the end of the show, and for those of you that can see on the screen, can you see that it says at Ash Gutermuth? This is how she is IG on the old Insta, and there you can see all the details of the shows that she does, because this woman is ridiculously funny, and I'm really glad to find out that you are a little bit cray-cray and a little pinch of psychopath, because I was wondering if you were ever going to be less than perfect, and I'm glad that you used to teach us that you are.
Definitely.
So please, everybody follow Ashley on Instagram. There's the name, there's the handle. Honestly, Ashley, we cannot thank you enough for coming on. You're going to be such a huge star, and I want you to remember that we knew you at the very beginning. Please still remember us if you meet us in a pub.
You're coming with me. You're coming with
And
me.
we all ask for free tickets. Oh. But we can't let you go without asking you the most important thing, which is the guest question that everybody gets asked on this show. Okay. So, workings, I'm going to give you just one sentence. I am not going to answer any further questions on it. Ashley, if you were given the choice, would you choose a magic carpet or a flying horse? And go.
My answer is clearly flying horse.
Why?
Well, first of all, I've never been the kind of person that grew up wanting horses. So it's not particularly because I love horses or ponies. And I have allergies to hay. So that's going to be a problem. But a flying horse, first of all, I like animals. I have a dog. My dog's 130 pounds. That's a big dog. That's basically a horse, but he can't fly. So it's my interpretation that if that horse can fly, that horse can also talk. It's a magical horse. So therefore, I also get a friend, I get transportation, and what more do we need?
Right? All those girls back at school had to switch up real quick when they found out you have a flying horse. Oh, I'm sorry. What did I say? I didn't mean it. I'm actually gay and I was trying to flirt. It's not working for me. This is all new. It's my first time.
I don't know what to do.
Wait a minute. He's going to make it easier to steal my boyfriend now. She can fly in on the flying horse.
Yeah. You
Steal the boyfriend off. On him. Zzz, get him on the horse. Off she goes.
That's right. I'm on board. So whenever you can have it delivered, that'd be great.
Self-delivering, that's the thing. You can talk to
it. That's a good point. Self-delivering, yeah.
13 business days.
13. Oh, good.
You'll hear it at the back. Just you'll hear it at your back door, just doing maths with his hoof, because he's that magic.
Oh.
Yeah. You leave some keys into the mat. You'll let himself in.
I love him already.
If he's not in, though, if you're not in, we will leave it with your neighbour.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
That's why the horse is trying to get away. Too many of them jokes.
Jesus Christ.
It was Lucy's horse, and now he's like, no, I can't do it anymore now. That's it.
Yeah,
come on, you got to give me away as a prize.
And
we've done the question for 42 episodes, and that's the first time I've done that pun.
Horse got magical thumbs.
Right. I cannot thank you enough for being on this week's episode of Small Talk. Everybody, please get on Facebook and join us, Big World Small Talk, or get on Twitter. We are at Big World Comedy. We do not have an Instagram, but I'm Lucy F. Orchard. Alex, are you on Instagram? Are you down with the kids? Let me guess.
I'm down with the kids. Not enough for TikTok, but at least enough for the gram. So I'm Black in Action 734.
Nice.
Follow me on Instagram. Don't post very much, but you'll see some stuff. Sometimes what I eat, sometimes what I'm looking at.
Is that true? Is that true? Your handle?
Yeah, it's true.
How many you get searched a lot anyway? That's
because 730 people had Black in Action.
No, I'm the most black and in action in my area code, which is 734. There was a contest I won.
On the Comedy TV. That's extra skills.
Luckily, I only had to compete with the other 13% of the population who was eligible.
In my head, had you sat down, you've gone black in action. They're like, no, it's taken. Right, black in action 1. Okay, black in action 2.
Black in action now. Damn it. And I'm
7, 3, 2.
Ever was
Got
too
it.
long, so
Got it.
they didn't let me use it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mock it, but that is absolutely enjoyable to think about. Right, we are going to wave awkwardly goodbye as we try to get end of podcast. It does take about 3 to 5 seconds, but there's never real magic to it. So everybody, see you this time next week for Big World Small Talk, where we have our guest from Vermont, who is going to be Joel Klein. Bye, everybody. Bye. It takes fucking ages. It's ridiculous. Like, it just is so awkward. It's so awkward.